So Vunilagi Vou fills a much needed gap in terms of an independent space that centralises Indigenous creatives and audience at the heart of what it does. And its location in South Auckland is also important because it is the rich, living and thriving cultural hub of our Moana Oceania communities.
In my personal opinion, it's important to have a space like Vunilagi Vou in the heart of South Auckland because truthfully, I feel like South Auckland is the art capital of Aotearoa.
For me, Vunilagi Vou answers this question. How do I, as an Indigenous woman, live out my art dreams while supporting my daughter, my whānau, my professional peers, and how do I help to grow this amazing ecosystem, which includes beautiful brown creatives, all part of the Moana Nui Kiwa.
We are leaders in modern Pacific art, and Vunilagi Vou needs to be operating for us to maintain that standing. I think our artists, art thinkers, writers and curators are in three different wakas. The first one are those who look to the past. The second are those who look to the present. And the third waka are those who look to tomorrow. And Vunilagi Vou is in that waka. And that's the waka I want to be in.
I love Vunilagi Vou's entrepreneurial vision and independent spirit. I think it's extremely important for our art scene to have a range of conversations that allow a range of different spaces and opportunities to exist that exist outside of the conventional.
It's really important to have a fund that goes towards supporting artists outside of the institutional agenda because it means that money or that revenue is going back into the pockets of artists. And it also allows a space for self-determination where artists are being able to determine what their work looks like away from the political agenda.
And while there is freedom that comes with an independent space where you're not dictated by institutional agendas, the reality of the costs and resourcing of a space definitely need much more support.
So when a curator, a thinker and an entrepreneur can forge a space that sits outside of those limitations is really exciting, and one that I've been really fortunate enough to benefit from, but also contribute to and to be part of its growth.
Having somewhere like Vunilagi Vou, which is part of our community, which is something that connects us to a lot of the people that we relate to, is vitally important. It's one of those spaces that a lot of us have always spoken about and have always wanted, which is a space that's run by us, for us.
But also becomes a space that is embraced and owned by our local communities who help to keep it real, relevant and accountable.
I think it's really important to have these spaces that are run in the community, by the community.
And for a curator that's committed to allowing community to be a distinct part of that vision, I find it exciting.
I think it's important that spaces like Vunilagi Vou operate in South Auckland because they cater to a community that is predominantly underserviced when it comes to the arts.
Emma Tā Wola, fierce Moana arts warrior and ocean breaker. Emma knows how to make waves.
I think innovative curator like Emma Tā Wola is really experienced and equipped at creating dynamic programs.
I think it's the most innovative and important artist Indigenous space in Aotearoa.
You know, at this moment in time, we're in a really precarious time whereby budgets and opportunities are shifting due to the pandemic and due to that reset that's taking place. You know, you could argue that a space like Vunilagi Vou is more important now than it ever was because it offers that independent voice.
And I really look forward to supporting and helping out wherever I can, and I'm sure a lot of the community will be behind this.
We all benefit from having a wider representation of Indigenous arts, of New Zealand arts and Pacific arts
So support Emma and her cause, and the world will be a whole lot better for it.
I hope you support Vunilagi Vou.
So please get behind this campaign and support the unique and important work of Vunilagi Vou. Malo au pito. And o whātu whao.